It's almost like a John Wick story, but this time the dog lives.
Oh, Miss wherever you are, buddy.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Yellow Wind. We are here with the second trailer of Supergirl. Well, I guess apparently the first one that I saw was a teaser trailer, but whatever, trailer is a trailer. Apparently the first like longer length trailer of Supergirl, so it has a lot more detail. Last time we talked about Millie Alcock playing Supergirl, you know, the first time we saw her as Supergirl was at the end of the Superman movie that came out last year. And, you know, she came in at the end real drunk and all that to pick up her dog, Crypto. Now we're going into her life and seeing everything. And, you know, it looks like she's just kind of going through her life, you know, post Krypton being, you know, absolutely demolished. And now how she's going to maneuver her life after that. Seeing her, you know, pull up to go see Clark Kent or really drunk to pick up her dog, you know, it kind of shows like an unseriousness to it. I think, you know, we get to finally see deeper what her character is truly thinking about, or maybe she's suffering something internally. Maybe there's something traumatic, of course, you know, her losing her entire planet. But we're going to see more detail into this. This is a more longer length trailer. So let's get to it. This is Supergirl trailer 2.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Carl.
See, there we go. Like I said,
I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Oh, Miss wherever you are, buddy. Crypto and I at least had each other. Honestly, I thought we were lucky. And luck was by definition run down.
Right.
What did he do?
The Brigands carried the antidote on their person. He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
He's the crime of the Yellow Hills. He murdered my innocent family.
Just before I say, don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
But
All eyes are beautiful in your cry. Lot of pain. Lot of suffering.
There's no home without you, buddy.
Aren't you the gifts from that dive bar?
Honey, that's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
all right, that was Supergirl. This trailer actually definitely put into more detail on what this story is all about. Of course, after Krypton was eviscerated, her only connection she had was her dog Crypto, which, you know, at the time was a puppy and grew older. And it's almost like a John Wick story, but this time the dog lives. But, you know, the dog was shot with some type of bullet that's making it sick and getting closer to dying. But there's a antidote somewhere on top of a world of, I guess, mercenaries in space that are dressed like bikers and stuff. And of course she goes up there to go find this cure and also find the people that went to attack her, or basically shot Crypto. And then she meets a girl, I guess she's like a young rebel, you know, going to fight because her family's been taken by the same group. And then they meet Lobo, aka Jason Momoa. You know, if you know who Lobo is, he was introduced into DC as a villain, and then for a while they didn't know what to do with him. And then he came back again as basically a bounty hunter, and he's also kind of like an anti-hero. Like, he's here, he's not bad, but he's not like perfect either, you know, but it looks like he's here to also be a part of the good side. So that's kind of cool to see. And we finally get to see her mellow, more emotional, and showing where her character lies with how she is as a person, you know, how she wants to take her life. You know, she wants to be somewhere remote and not having to do with anything, but it seems like issues and problems still come chasing after her one way or another. And then, you know, you saw that snippet of Clark Kent, aka Superman, you know, worried about her well-being. She's fine, of course, you know, as you can see, but it's just mentally she might not all the way be there. But hopefully her going to figure out to save Crypto, and also helping this girl along, and anything else that might happen, that will probably be basically her motivation to come out of her slump. You know, her being just, I guess, I mean, she's not human, but just being human, you know what I mean? One of the things that I was kind of, you know, this is just me thinking logically, is that, you know, she's Supergirl, you know, right? Clark Kent is Superman. But, you know, when Krypton became non-existent, I looked like she was still the same age, same time length of her person, and she's still the same now, or at least in the present day. And then we know Clark Kent, or Kal-El, he came here as a little baby on a pod, right, to Earth. And now he's a grown man. So he's now Superman and she's Supergirl. And, you know, I would think, isn't she older, or does she not age because she hit a certain age limit? Or if there's like a certain part of your life where once you hit that age, you just kind of plateau the same look for the rest of your life. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But as far as I know, if I'm not mistaken, I think Superman and all that, they age a lot slower. So once you do get to that age, I think you kind of stay the same looking for a while. But, you know, I could be wrong. But, you know, wouldn't she be Superwoman? Maybe she's older and he should be Superboy. But I don't know. I'm thinking logic. But okay, I went and looked it up. You know, me not being the biggest comic book nerd about backstories of how it is, I guess apparently as long as he has the yellow solar radiation, aka the sun, that basically helps his adulthood mature at a very, very slow rate, to where they can function damn near almost like they're immortal throughout their entire life, however long that they live. So I guess that's my answer, huh? But yeah, other than that, this was a much more telling trailer, and it definitely does give me a lot more insight of what's going on behind Supergirl's character. And, you know, it got me a little excited, so I can't wait for it to come out. This comes out June 26th, so not too long away. Hopefully you guys like this trailer. Maybe there might be one more trailer coming out. Usually something like this, there might be one more official trailer closer to the time of release. I would say 3 weeks to a month before, but we'll see. Other than that, what do you guys think about this new trailer? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and share this, please. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.